right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called True Lies 1994. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I dislike this movie. This is going to be another Karate Man recommendation. When he said I do, he never said what he did. That's the movie poster. This has to be the most stupid Arnold movie I've seen so far. And that's saying a lot. True Lies is a 1994 U.S. action comedy. Film written and directed by James Cameron, produced by James Cameron, based on the 1991 French comedy film La Totale. The film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as Harry Tasker, a U.S. government agent who attempts to balance his double life as a spy with his familial duties. Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Arnold, Bill Paxton, Art Malik, and Tia Carrere star in supporting roles. Now, the only reason Karate Man recommended this was because he's got a fetish for Tia Carrere. He said she was the best looking Asian actress. She's not even Asian. She's Filipina, which is like South Pacific Islands. Now, Filipinas have stretched out black nipples in comparison to actual Asian women. I know because I was actually married to one. And that's how you know the difference. But, of course, Tia Carrere doesn't get naked in this one. It's rated R for no apparent reason. True Lies was the first Lightstorm Entertainment project to be distributed under Cameron's multi-million-dollar production deal with 20th Century Fox, cha-ching, as well as the first major production for the visual effects company Digital Domain, which was co-founded by Cameron. It was also the first film to cost $100 million. Can you say lamestream? Do we try to avoid lamestream movies on this channel? But they keep coming back. Thanks to Adrian and Karate Man. True Lies received mostly positive reviews from critics and ultimately grossed $378 million worldwide at the box office, becoming the third highest grossing film of 1994 for her performance. Curtis won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, and the Saturn Award for Best Actress, while Cameron won the Saturn Award for Best Director. It was also nominated at the Academy Awards and BAFTAs in the Best Visual Effects category, and also for 7 Saturn Awards. Now, I have to admit the explosions are pretty decent in this one, but other than that, it's pretty lamestream stupid. There's supposed to be a Muslim terrorist outfit that's going to launch a nuclear bomb on Florida. That's basically what's happening. And then there's a stupid subplot where Jamie Lee Curtis gets mixed up with Bill Paxton, who pretends like he's a spook, some kind of spy character. All right. Distributed by 20th Century Fox in the United States, Canada, France, and Italy. Universal Pictures through United International Pictures in other countries. Release dates: July 12th, 1994, Regency Village Theater and the rest of the United States, July 15th, 1994. Running time 141 minutes. Way too long. I can't watch Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, because this movie is way too long and not at all intriguing to me. But I'm glad Karate Man likes the Filipino lady in this one, even though she doesn't get naked. Tia Carrere, lots of makeup, fake boobs. I think I like Bai Ling better. Yeah, Bai Ling looks better to me. She looks more like an Asian woman because she's Chinese American, I guess. I don't know. She just looks to me more Asian. I don't know what Karate Man considers Asian, but I guess he thinks Filipino women are Asian. All right, that's cool. Whatever. They're a little bit different in terms of areola size, like I mentioned. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents worth nothing after inflation. Country United States, language English, budget 100 million to 120 million, and box office 378.9 million. To his wife Helen and his daughter Dana, Harry Tasker is a computer hardware salesman, often away on business trips, but he's actually a secret agent for Omega Sector, a top secret U.S. counterterrorism agency, Black Ops. Harry, why would they make? Why are they making Charlton Heston, Tom Arnold, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and later on Jamie Lee Curtis? Why are they making them all Black Ops and pretending like they're heroes? I don't know. This country's going to hell, as Trump would say. Harry, along with his teammates Albert Gibson and Faisal, infiltrates a party in Switzerland hosted by billionaire Jamal Khalid. At the party, Harry meets Juno Skinner, who turns out not only be Khalid's art dealer, but someone paid by Crimson Jihad, a terrorist faction led by Salim Abdul Aziz. So you've got Tia Carrere, Karate Man's imitation girlfriend, imaginary girlfriend, catfish, whatever you want to call her. She's running around scantily clad with tons of makeup and fake boobs. And she's working for this imaginary terrorist organization with nuclear warheads. Undercover as a potential buyer, Harry visits her, leading the terrorists to attempt to kill him. And of course, they're all a bunch of Muslims with beards from Iraq or whatever. Harry fights them off, but loses Aziz in the pursuit. As a result, Harry misses the birthday party that Helen and Dana planned for him. This is when the movie gets super boring. The next day, Harry goes to Helen's office to reconcile with her, but instead overhears her secretly arranging to meet somebody called Simon, who thinks he's a spook, Black Ops spook. Suspecting Helen is having an affair, Harry uses Omega Sector resources to learn that Simon is a used car salesman who pretends to be a covert agent to seduce women. And on top of that, he's got a tiny wiener. So he has to go to extraordinary lengths to get women over to his trailer park. This is we're talking about the Bill Paxton character here. So not only do you have black ops being the heroes in this movie, and a bunch of stereotype Middle Eastern guys with beards posing as terrorists with nuclear warheads, but you also have Arnold Schwarzenegger using black ops as a private investigator on his wife. This movie is nuts, and it's directed by James Cameron, the super duper lamestream director. In disguise, Harry and other Omega agents arrest Helen and Simon. After terrifying Simon into keeping away from Helen, Harry and Gibb interrogate her using a voice masking device in a secret facility. They learn she is suffering a midlife crisis and is desperately seeking adventure. Harry thus arranges for Helen to participate in a staged spy mission where she is to seduce a mysterious figure who is actually Harry and plant a bug in his hotel room. However, Aziz's men burst in. Okay, so they just happen to be there, kidnap the couple, and take them to an island in the Florida Keys. On the island, Harry learns Crimson Jihad paid Juno to help the group smuggle 4 MIRV nuclear warheads by hiding them in antique statues. Aziz demands that the U.S. remove their forces from the Persian Gulf, or he will weekly detonate a warhead in a major U.S. city. So we've got Osama bin Laden, a.k.a. Tim Osman, threatening to launch a nuclear warhead once a week in every city. He will also detonate one warhead on the uninhabited island to demonstrate Crimson Jihad's resolve. Oh, they're so humanitarian. They're going to blow up an island before they start blowing up people. Before being tortured with Helen, Harry is administered a truth serum. These terrorists, they have nuclear warheads and truth serums. If you can believe that. I can't believe it. I'm surprised they didn't come out of a cave from Afghanistan or something. The box cutters. Harry confesses his double life to his wife. They escape, and they learn that one warhead is set to explode in 90 minutes, while the others are loaded into vehicles to be taken into the U.S. via the overseas highway, thus bypassing U.S. customs. I don't know what's wrong with my streaming here, but my screen is black. I can't see myself. In the ensuing melee, Harry and Helen kill many of the terrorists. So this is how they kill terrorists in this movie. Basically, Jamie Lee Curtis fumbles with her machine gun. It falls down the steps as it's shooting bullets. It kills all the terrorists in the building. Just happened to randomly shoot in the right direction. While Aziz gets away with one of the warheads on a helicopter, Helen is caught by Juno and taken into a limousine following the convoy. Gibb and other Omega agents pick up Harry. They use 2 Marine Harrier jump jets to intercept the convoy by destroying part of the 7-mile bridge. This is where we start to see some good explosions. The only highlight of this movie are the explosions, in my opinion. The rest of the movie is rubbish. as Adrian would say. Harry rescues Helen from the limo before it falls off the highway, killing Juno. The warhead left on the island detonates without killing anyone. Harry discovers that Aziz and his men are holding Dana hostage in a Miami skyscraper. It's not over yet. We got to watch more of this garbage. And they are threatening to detonate their last warhead. Harry commandeers one of the jets to rescue her. Facile gets into the building by posing as a news cameraman. Dana steals the missile control key and she flees to the roof, while Facile kills several of Aziz's men. Aziz pursues Dana onto a tower crane, and then Harry arrives in his fighter jet, even though he doesn't know how to fly the thing for 10 years. I'm sure the technology has changed. And he's running over police cars and whatnot. Harry rescues Dana, and after a struggle with Aziz, he has him ensnared at the end of one of the plane's missiles, which Harry fires at a terrorist helicopter, killing Aziz and the remnants of Crimson Jihad. And at this point, Arnold comes up with the one-liner, "You're fired." And at this point in the movie, I don't really care about Arnold one-liners. I'm sick and tired of this movie. I can't take it anymore. And I can't find my keys. Oh, that's because they're in my pocket. Harry, Helen, and Dana are softly reunited. A year later, Harry and Helen are working together as Omega agents. While they on a mission at a formal party, they encounter Simon working as a waiter and pretending to be a spy. Simon runs away in fear after they reveal themselves, and they threaten to kill him with Jamie Lee Curtis's lipstick. Arnold Schwarzenegger stated that while filming a scene with the horse, a camera boom hit the horse and it went crazy, spinning and rearing near a drop of 90 feet or 27 meters. Schwarzenegger quickly slid off the horse and the stuntman caught him. He concluded, "This is why I will always love stunt people." Art Malik said he was drawn to the script's pantomime quality and the chance to work with director James Cameron. Money talks and BS walks, costing $100 million to $120 million to produce. True Lies was the first film with a production budget of over $100 million. It was filmed over a 7-month schedule. Lame stream. Ella Discu alleged that while filming True Lies at the age of 12, she was sexually molested by the film's stunt coordinator, Joel Kramer. And this is the gal who's a big-time Bernie Sanders supporter. What a coincidence. She wants to accuse people of raping her when she's like 12 years old. According to Discu, soon after that, an adult friend of hers confronted Kramer on the set. And that same day, Discu was injured during a stunt, and several of her ribs were broken while Kramer was responsible for her safety. Kramer has denied the accusation of sexual misconduct. Discu's co-stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Arnold, and director James Cameron all voiced support and admiration for Discu's bravery. Oh, brother. Of the many locations that were used on the film, Rose Cliff Mansion was used for the ballroom tango scenes in the beginning of the film, and the exterior of the Swiss chalet that Harry Tasker infiltrates in Ochre Court. The ballroom dancing scene that closes the film, as well as the scenes in the lobby of the fictional Hotel Marquis in Washington take place in the Crystal Ballroom of Millennium Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. The outdoor structures used by Aziz smuggling ring as a base of operations were a series of custom-made Alaska structures, fabric buildings leased to the production crew during filming. It was during the production of True Lies in 1993 when Cameron would also first meet his future Titanic and Avatar film series co-producer John Landau, who Cameron stated in July 2024 was the studio suit assigned to oversee True Lies. In the time following the production of True Lies, Landau would leave Fox to join Cameron's production company, Lightstorm. This was the first film to use the 1994 20th Century Fox logo and fanfare adopted and conducted by Bruce Broughton. All music is by Brad Fiedel, except where noted. Sunshine of Your Love by Living Colour. So Living Colour is doing all these Cream covers. You've also got the Bee Gees playing More Than a Woman in Bill Paxton's Corvette. True Lies was a box office success, opening in 2,368 theaters in the United States and Canada. It ranked number one at the U.S. box office in its opening weekend, grossing $25,869,770 and beating Forrest Gump. Can you say lamestream? Once Forrest Gump returned to the top of the box office the following week, True Lies dropped into second place, earning $20.7 million. It was the number one film in Japan for 12 straight weeks. True Lies was the second major film to be released in China since The Fugitive, and it generated a total of 103 million Chinese yen, becoming the country's highest grossing Hollywood film. The film also became the highest grossing film of all time in the Philippines. True Lies went on to gross $146,282,411 in the United States and Canada, and $232,600,000 in the rest of the world, totaling $378,882,411 worldwide, making it the third highest grossing film of 1994, behind The Lion King and Forrest Gump. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 70% based on 57 reviews and an average score of 6.6 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, if it doesn't reach the heights of director James Cameron and star Arnold Schwarzenegger's previous collaborations, True Lies still packs enough action and humor until its sometimes absurd plot to entertain. In other words, this mindless entertainment is another Karate Man movie. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 63 out of 100 based on reviews from 17 critics, including generally favorable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A+ to F scale. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 3 stars out of 4, writing, it's stuff like that we go to Arnold Schwarzenegger movies for, and True Lies has a lot of it. Laugh out loud moments when the violence is so cartoonish we don't take it seriously and yet are amazed at its inventiveness and audacity. He wrote that he found the plot perfunctory but praised the film's stunts and special effects. And it's got some decent explosions. That's about it. The film received criticism for its portrayal of Middle Easterners and its treatment of female characters. Oh, imagine that. John Simon of the National Review critiqued the plotline of the hero character, Schwarzenegger. Is there even a plot in this movie? Seriously. Using his agency's resources to stalk and frighten his wife as cruel and misogynistic. In the negative review, Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times wrote, taken individually, the cruder and childish things about this film, its determination to be caricatured unshaven Arabs as terrorists. That's a pretty good description. Caricatured unshaven Arabs as terrorists. I'm surprised they didn't go, ah, la, 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 la. The pleasure it takes at continually mortifying a weaselly used car salesman, Bill Paxton, in the most personal ways might be overlooked, but added together, they leave a sour taste. Some Arabs and Muslims perceive this film as conveying strong anti-Arab or anti-Muslim prejudice, with some Arab American advocacy groups calling for its banning in Arab countries. In a 2022 retrospective review, Polish writer Jacek Sakonfranowicz called the film a masterpiece of cinematic fun, noting that the collaboration between the director and its main star deserves a golden medal. Commenting on the state of blockbuster films, Scott Tobias of The Guardian in the AV Club wrote, True Lies is a strange case of a film that's alternately retrograde, forward-looking, and thoroughly of its time. For better or worse, it's a marker of how the Hollywood action blockbuster had advanced in 1984, as well as commentary, intended or not, on the troubled state of U.S. masculinity, marital relationships, and lingering racial attitudes. We've got accolades. Fourth on David Stupich's The Milwaukee Junior. Top 3 runner-ups not ranked. Sandy Davis, the Oklahoman. Top 10 listed alphabetically, not ranked. Mike Clark, USA. Today, top 10 listed alphabetically, not ranked. Jimmy Fowler, Dallas Observer. Honorable mention, Michael McCambridge, Austin, American Statesman. Honorable mention, Dan Kraft, The Pantograph. 5th worst, Glenn Lovell, San Jose Mercury News. Top 10 worst, listed alphabetically, not ranked, Mike Mayo, The Reno Times. Top 10 worst, listed alphabetically, not ranked, William Arnold, Seattle Post Intelligencer. Awards and nominations. Academy Awards, Best Visual Effects, John Bruno, Thomas L. Fisher, Jacques Strohweiss, and Patrick McClung nominated. American Cinema Editors, Best Edited Feature Film, Conrad Buff IV, Mark Goldblatt, and Richard A. Harris nominated. American Comedy Awards, Funniest Lead Actress in a Motion Picture, Jamie Lee Curtis won. British Film Academy Film Awards, Best Special Effects, John Bruno, Thomas L. Fisher, Jacques Strohweiss, Pat McClung, and Jamie Dixon nominated. Cinema Audio Society Awards, Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for Feature Films, Lee Orloff, Michael Minkler, and Bob Beamer nominated. Golden Globe Awards, Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, Jamie Lee Curtis won. Japanese Academy Film Prize, Outstanding Foreign Language Film, True Lies nominated. MTV Movie Awards, Best Female Performance, Jamie Lee Curtis nominated. Best Comedic Performance, Tom Arnold nominated. Best Kiss, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis nominated. Best Dance Sequence, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tia Carrere nominated. Best Action Sequence, Bridge Explosion, Limo Rescue nominated. Best Action Adventure Thriller Film, True Lies nominated. Best Direction, James Cameron won. These are the Saturn Awards. Best Actor, Arnold Schwarzenegger nominated. Best Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis won. Best Supporting Actor, Bill Paxton nominated. Best Supporting Actress, Tia Carrere nominated. Best Special Effects, John Bruno. Digital Domain won. Screen Actors Guild Awards, Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role, Jamie Lee Curtis nominated. On October 1st, 1994, True Lies was banned from Indonesian movie theaters due to the film spawning controversy that focused on Muslim leaders insulting Islam and portraying themselves as religious extremists. According to the Council of Muslim Scholars, it led people to hate Arab terrorists defending the interests of some Islamic nations, but justified U.S. terrorism. Earlier that year, officials had already banned Schindler's List from the country because it contained too much violence and nudity. So there you have it. Indonesia is the most conservative country on the planet, not a Christian country, but a Muslim country. True Lies was released on VHS on January 10th, 1995, and on Laserdisc a month later, on February 8th. It was the second Laserdisc release to feature a Dolby Digital AC3 track after Clear and Present Danger. On August 20th, 1996, the film was released on the THX certified widescreen series VHS release, along with Speed, The Abyss, and The Last of the Mohicans. It was then released on DVD on May 25th, 1999. A high-definition version was released on D-Theater in 2003. In 2018, James Cameron stated that a new transfer for Blu-ray had been completed, but he hasn't found time to review it. Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment released the film for purchase digitally on December 12th, 2023, followed by release on Blu-ray and Ultra HD Blu-ray on March 12th, 2024. This release, along with the 4K releases of Cameron's Aliens and The Abyss, have received criticism for the quality of their AI upscaling. In April 1997, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Arnold met with Cameron. They discussed the possibility of an eventual True Lies sequel, which would also bring back Curtis in a role. At the time, Cameron was busy working on Titanic. Following the release of Titanic in late 1997, Cameron was planning to begin work on True Lies sequel early the following year. Schwarzenegger and Arnold were expected to reprise their roles. Cameron conducted a search for a writer to work on True Lies 2. In August 1999, Cameron and 20th Century Fox were negotiating to have Jeff Easton write the script under Cameron's supervision. At the time, the film was being planned for a mid-2001 release, with Cameron expected to direct it. By the end of 1999, there was a possibility that filming would begin in the third quarter of 2000. However, development of the script was ongoing as of June 2000. Cameron planned to produce True Lies 2 with Fox, but was undecided at the time on whether he would also direct it, as he wanted to wait until the script was complete. Easton worked with Cameron on the project for approximately a year and a half, and Schwarzenegger and Arnold liked Easton's script. By March 2001, the script had been completed, and Curtis was confirmed to reprise her role alongside Schwarzenegger and Arnold. Following the September 11th attacks, Schwarzenegger said in January 2002, "We'll shoot it next year. We have a good script. There does need to be some changes because it deals with some terrorist act of some sort, but it's pretty much done." Later in 2002, Cameron said the film would not be made following the September 11th attacks. Terrorism is no longer something to take as lightly as we did in the first one. I just can't see it happening given the current world climate. So it took a false flag event for James Cameron to cancel a stupid movie about stereotypical Arabs with beards threatening to blow up the planet. In June 2003, Schwarzenegger said that after the attacks, Cameron was worried because there was an airplane scene, a terrific airplane scene that didn't have anything to do with the terrorism that we had in 9/11, but it was a great flight scene inside the plane where the plane goes down and this kind of thing. It was a very important moment in the movie, and he felt like he can't do that, and therefore he has to rewrite it. These things take a long time. The following month, Curtis said the film would never be made due to the September 11th attacks. Terrorists aren't funny anymore. They never were, but it was distant enough from our psyche that we can make it funny. It never will be. It'll never be funny again. I just think that is over. That kind of humor is over. Thank God. Heston cited Schwarzenegger's 2003 election as California's governor as another reason that True Lies 2 did not get made. However, Arnold remained optimistic that the film would be made. In 2005, Arnold said he met with Cameron, Curtis, Paxton, and Dushku to discuss True Lies 2. Arnold said the project would include the return of Schwarzenegger and that filming would begin once his role as California governor was concluded. Cameron said in 2009 that there were no plans to make the film, and Curtis in 2019 reiterated her previous comments. "I don't think we could ever do another True Lies after 9/11. Art Malik concurred, saying during the time of True Lies filming, there was an element of fanaticism brewing and anti-West feeling going on, but I don't think any of us took any of it as seriously as we did after 9/11. These people are so dumb. I think one of the reasons for that is probably the reason True Lies 2 was never made. In the 2005 film The Kid and I, Tom Arnold plays a fictional character based on himself. In that film, the character had starred in True Lies, and he is pursued by a fan, and he teams up with Henry Winkler and Linda Hamilton to make a sequel. Schwarzenegger and Curtis cameo as themselves. Shortly after the film's release, video games based on the film of the same name were released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, and Game Boy platforms. I still can't see myself as a black screen, but hopefully the camera's working, even though I can't see it. Television on February 10th, 2021, CBS announced a pilot order for the True Lies series adoption. Matt Nix wrote the pilot and produced with Josh Levy via Flying Gas of Milk Productions. James Cameron, director of the film, executive produced with Ray Sancini through Lightstorm Entertainment, Mary Viola of Wonderland Sound and Vision also executive produced, and Corey Marsh of Wonderland co-executive producing. McGee was set to direct the pilot and executive produced via Wonderland. In March 2021, CBS moved the pilot off cycle to give the series producers more time to film the pilot later in the year. By May 2022, Anthony Hemingway replaced McGee as the director of the pilot and subsequent episodes via Anthony Hemingway Productions to air by the 2022 to 23 broadcast season at CBS. Steve Howie and Ginger Gonzaga were cast in the lead roles, with Erica Hernandez, Omar Miller, Mike O'Gorman, Annabella Didion, and Lucas J. round out the supporting roles. On May 13th, 2022, CBS officially picked up the series. The series was scheduled to premiere on February 23rd, 2023. However, it was delayed to March 1st, 2023, and it was ultimately canceled in May 2023. True Lies. What a crappy film. I'm not digging this film. Sorry, Karate Man. The one-liner "you're fired" doesn't mean that it's a great movie, despite the high ratings on the IMDb. True Lies, 1994, rated 2 hours 21 minutes, gets a whopping 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. 287,000 ratings. Its popularity is 1,526, up 112. A fearless, globe-trotting, terrorist-battling secret agent has his life turned upside down when he discovers his wife might be having an affair with the used car salesman while terrorists smuggle nuclear warheads into the United States. And if you're just reading that while scratching your head, that's what I was doing throughout the entire movie. More like this: Total Recall, Last Action Hero, Commando, and Twins. The only one I haven't seen yet is Total Recall, but I do have it on my list here. And it's probably coming up soon, I'm guessing. Total Recall? I really like the Total Recall remake. It's coming up 289. I take it back. It's going to be a couple years before I watch it. Total Recall. All right. Let's see if I can scroll down here. When Harry tells Gib that Helen is having an affair, Gib tells a story about his second wife taking everything when she left him, even the ice cube trays from the freezer. This is a direct reference to Tom Arnold's divorce from Roseanne Barr that was happening at the same time. She was reported to have taken his ice cube trays when she left him as well. Arnold told the story to James Cameron on the set while saying, "What kind of sick female dog takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer?" Cameron thought the line was hilarious, and he incorporated it into the film. Bullets fired from an AK-47 would not shatter the canopy of a Harrier jet. This was known by the filmmakers, but the shattered canopy was included to avoid having to worry about reflections on the canopy glass. Quotes Gib to Harry: "Same thing happened to me with wife number 2. Remember, I have no idea nothing's going on, right? I come home one day and the house is empty. And I mean completely empty." Sorry. Accidentally clicked on something and yeah. Where was I? She even took the ice cube trays out of the freezer. What kind of sick female dog takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer? In the middle of the credits, Gibb, who's waiting outside in the stereotypical spy van as Harry's having fun inside the party, says, "You know what? I'm sick of being in the van. You guys can be in the van next time. I've been in the van for 15 years, Harry." The UK cinema version was cut by 1 second to remove an ear clap, and VHS versions received a further 8 seconds of cuts. The video sleeve carried the note, "The film has been edited for censorship purposes." These cuts included the removal of a headbutt, a reduction in impacts to the face with a hand dryer, a reduction in impacts to the head being rammed into a urinal, a reduction in length of sight of blood, facial injury, sight of a trocar being thrown and embedded into an eye, removal of neck breaks, including rearranging of footage, removal of a tire iron being rammed into the rib cage. The original 2001 DVD release issued by Universal was an uncut version, likely taken from the Australian DVD, and wrongly featured the fully uncut print. It was recalled shortly afterwards and replaced in 2003 with a Columbia release, which features the same cuts but edited in more obvious and chopping fashion, using repeated and slowed down footage in an attempt to maintain a consistent runtime. IMDb keeps acting up on me. It thinks that I'm clicking on something when I'm not. Will you stop it, please? Let's try this again. The 2008 Greatest Ever Action Heroes DVD collection features the full uncut version, but the BBFC did not officially waive the cuts until February 2010. This was edited into 5-second movies, True Lies, 2008. Soundtracks, I Never Thought I'd See the Day, written by Sade as Sade, Adu, and Leroy Osborne. Performed by Sade, courtesy of Epic Records. All right. Here's a review from Michael Rokeefe, dated December 26, 2003. Mr. Rokeefe gives it a much higher, 7 out of 10. I'm giving 4 out of 10. I didn't say because you didn't ask. James Cameron directs this terrific action flick that gives way to bursts of comedy. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a spy trying to keep his profession a secret from his wife, Jamie Lee Curtis, and he realizes that she is having an affair. The mild-mannered salesman is really a double-fisted devil, making her secret agent. The beginning and final sequences are a movie in themselves. My favorite scenes are Curtis's striptease in the hotel and her catfight with the gorgeous Tia Carrere in the limo. Plenty of gunfights and big bangs to please everyone. The cast also features Bill Paxton, Art Malik, and Tom Arnold in his funniest and greatest role as Schwarzenegger's sidekick. There's a small role for Charlton Heston as the stern, single-minded boss with the eye patch. Absolute entertainment. I don't know about that. I didn't like it. Anyways, going down my list, I don't have time for the first film on my list, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992, because True Lies was too long, over 2 hours movie. The Snow Creature, 1954, is number 2, and Jingle All the Way, 1996, is number 3. Another Arnold movie, I think. Jingle All the Way. I gotta watch another Arnold Schwarzenegger Sinbad. Jim Belushi, lamestream Christmas family comedy film, because Karate Man loves these Arnold movies, the lamestream variety. So we'll get those three out of the way definitely next week, because next week is Thanksgiving weekend and I've got 2 days off. And I don't care if my pastor tells me, just stop watching movies. Yeah. I signed up for Friend for Friend, the volunteer program to make a friend with an elderly person in one of these elderly care facilities. 7 out of 10 elderly persons do not have a friend to talk to. So I signed up for that. I don't know if they're going to accept my application. We'll see how it goes. But I probably only have to do that maybe 1 or 2 times a year. We'll see. Laters.